It usually starts with a loud, unexpected knock. How you respond to that sound determines whether you maintain your constitutional protections or inadvertently waive them before a lawyer ever sees your case. To manage that pressure, you need a procedural baseline. We are going to walk through a 5-step checklist designed to help you navigate this encounter according to the law. These are the Fourth and Fifth Amendments. They protect against unreasonable searches and self-incrimination, and these guarantees apply to every person physically present in the United States, regardless of their immigration status. When you check the peephole, you might see agents wearing a vest like this one. While it displays the word police in large letters, the smaller ICE label indicates they are enforcing federal civil immigration law, not local criminal law. Before we begin the protocol, please note that this training is for educational purposes and does not constitute formal legal advice. Understanding these constitutional rights allows you to respond to federal agents based on established legal requirements rather than immediate fear. Step 1 is a physical rule. Do not open the door. All communication must happen while the door remains closed and locked. In the stress of the moment, the reflex is to open the door to speak. However, agents can interpret even a partially open door as consent to enter, which legally bypasses the need for a warrant. Step 2 is to ask for a judge-signed warrant. This requirement forces the agents to provide the specific legal authorization necessary to enter a private home. Speak clearly through the closed door and use this specific question: do you have a warrant signed by a judge? If the agents answer yes, they are often referring to an administrative warrant. While this is a real document, it carries different legal weight than one signed by a member of the judiciary. Maintaining a physical barrier while demanding proof of a judicial signature prevents the accidental forfeiture of your Fourth Amendment protections. Step 3 is to inspect the warrant. Ask the agents to slide the paper under the door or hold it against a window so you can read every line. You must be able to distinguish between a judicial warrant on the left and an administrative warrant, such as an I-200 on the right. First, check the header. A judicial warrant will be issued by a United States District Court. An administrative warrant is issued by the Department of Homeland Security. Next, look for the signature. To authorize entry into a home, the document must be signed by a judge or magistrate, not an ICE supervisor or official. Finally, check the details. Ensure the name and address on the warrant match your information exactly. If the agents have a valid judicial warrant with your correct information, you should step aside. Acknowledge the document, but you do not need to verbally state that you consent to the search. If the document is an administrative warrant, they do not have the authority to enter your home. Use this script. I do not consent to your entry. The warrant you have is an administrative warrant and does not authorize entry. I do not wish to speak with you. Accurately identifying this paperwork is the most direct way to prevent an unauthorized search of your residence. Step 4 is do not lie. If you choose to answer questions, your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent is your protection against self-incrimination. Silence is a constitutional right and cannot be used as evidence of guilt. Providing false information to a federal agent, however, is a felony that creates an entirely new set of legal problems. To invoke this right, you must state it out loud. I am exercising my right to remain silent. Step 5 is do not sign anything. You may be pressured to sign forms regarding voluntary departure or your right to a hearing. Respond with, I will not sign anything without consulting my attorney first. By remaining silent and refusing to sign documents, you ensure you are not providing the government with evidence or waivers that can be used against you in court. To recap, keep the door closed, ask for a judicial signature, inspect the paperwork, stay silent, and do not sign anything. Following this protocol allows you to exercise your Fourth Amendment protections at the moment they are most needed. This approach preserves your legal options, giving a defense attorney the evidence they need to challenge the encounter in the future. The environment changes when you leave your home. On a public street or at a workplace, legal requirements shift, requiring a different set of responses. Internalizing these 5 steps ensures that your front door remains a boundary defined by the specific protections of the U.S. Constitution.